Great to meet you guys. My name is Bartek. I'm a co-founder of Petsy. Petsy is a sort of Airbnb, but for pets. So if you have a dog or a cat and you want to travel, you can leave your pet at pet sitter's home. We are in Poland and in Czech Republic. We launched 3 years ago. Right now, we are a clear leader in Central Eastern Europe. We are 6 times bigger than the next player in Poland, for example. We surpassed 1.2 million euro GMV last year, 2024, and around 200K revenue.
Bartek, thanks for being with us today. I wanted to discuss a bit of your journey, especially with the focus on raising capital from business angels.
Yeah.
I know you've had quite a journey with raising funds from 40 business angels so far.
Yeah, around, yeah.
So could you walk us a bit through the process? How did it start? What to prepare? What to avoid?
Yeah, likewise. Thanks a lot for being here. So about the fundraising process and business angels. So number one, it's all about persistence, all about the determination, and it's a numbers game. And now, how did we start? So you need to have prepared all the materials, because I think we lost one of the business angels because we didn't have the agreement ready. The guy just sent a request on our website that he wants to invest money. Yeah? And that was out of the blue. And we got him on a call, and he said, yeah, I could invest 25K euro right now. But we didn't have the agreement ready, like our convertible note papers. And we were just in the beginning of the process. So it took us like a month or something like that, maybe 3 weeks to finalize it. And then when we had it, I reached out to him again, and he didn't reply. He didn't answer. I made a 2 follow-ons or something like that. And at the end of the day, it came out that he had to move to Argentina or Australia. I don't remember even now. But we lost it, yeah. But I truly believe if we would have the materials ready, we would close the deal with him. So number one, be ready. The moment you reach out to investors, have agreement ready and have the pitch deck ready, all the papers, right? Because that's super important. So that's number one. Number two, prepare all the list of potential interests that you can, people whom you can reach out to and ask for the potential interest to other people. Send them, I think even my barber has my pitch deck, yeah? Because he mentioned, he's my friend also, and he mentioned, yeah, I know a guy from Revolut. I think he's quite a rich guy. Maybe he would be interested. I just sent him immediately the materials, right? So as many people as possible, because this is numbers game. So this is how we have started it. On top of that, I think the moment if you close the deal with some business angel, ask them for the potential interest for people who he or she knows. Because this is the best recommendation you can have. Yeah, if someone already invested in your business, he's much more persuasive to other people. And I think out of these 40 people that we have, probably half of them are just people that we reach, that we were connected with by people who already invested in us.
So how did your pitch evolve over time? Did you because I can imagine that you live and learn through the process.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so the biggest lesson I think was that I'm ex-consulting. So the first deck I created was too heavy, too difficult.
All the numbers.
All the numbers, very heavy, very comprehensive, all the details, DD deck, yeah, due diligence deck. And we heard a couple of times very fast that it's too complicated. I don't understand it. It's too long to understand it. Yeah. So we created a simpler version afterwards, which was much better. I think the lessons learned is that after you create this, send it to a couple of friends and ask them for feedback. Yeah. Because like usually business angel opens it and spends on it like 3 to 5 minutes, let's say, yeah? And he needs to understand what's the story and what's the overarching idea. And if it's too complicated and he can't understand it. So that's the pitch in terms of materials. And then in terms of like one-to-one discussion, I think, it's all about the story, yeah? To show the potential of the market, to show how did you came up with the idea, to address all the potential concerns, to have like a bit longer term vision, what you want to do. And especially for the business angels, it's important to show them how they can exit it, yeah? And it's different story for business angels and different story for venture capitals. VCs, right? Venture investment funds, venture capital funds. So also proactively try to show them, okay, there are like in our case, we were always saying, okay, man, like there are like 3 scenarios how we can exit this business. Like the basic scenario is that we are going to IPO in more or less 8-10 years, right? And that will be a unicorn. Number 2, there's high chance for M&A along the way. Sweet spot probably will be between Series A and Series B. So it's something like, and I also had to explain them what are these, different like investments from along the way, that there is something in between 18 to 24 months in between. And this way I was also showing everyone that we understand what we are playing, yeah, and we are building confidence. But yes, getting back. So the second option of exit is M&A. In our case, that was like 5 years. It's still like something around 5 years from now. But then the third option is with small ticket, you can always like get out with secondaries and every like each round which will be in front of us. Yeah.
But do you think that they, hope for this scenario? Like, how many of your business angels do you think are, here for just the big money, and how many of them are here for the narrative and the overall support, just playing the game basically?
Yeah, I think for sure some of them are thinking that it can be a unicorn and they want to be with us till the end of the day, like till the IPO or even longer. But I'm sure there are some of them who thinks in a way, okay, like I can buy make some like capital investment or buy another flat or something like that, and they would love to get out of the business like 3 or 5 years from now.
Okay.
And you can feel it in the discussion, yeah.
Which ones do you prefer? Which ones do you prefer? The ones that are here for the long run, or the guys who are more numbers oriented in terms of like treating this as a proper investment? Like, is there any preference?
Not really, because I know if for their small tickets, it will be very easy for them to get out and cash out in 3 years or 5 years. Yeah, and if they are happy with that.
Then so be it.
Yeah, so be it. Probably I will ask them, if like, okay, there's another point here, because we are raising right now a series, like a seed round, yeah, with VCs. And I'm hearing a lot that at some point at Series A, Series B, so, another round in front of us, VCs may ask you to get out business angels from the cap table. My personal feeling is that I will try to defend them as much as possible, yeah, because we are where we are right now only because of them, yeah. So I would try to persuade them to be with us as long as possible, or maybe cash out only partially and leave some capital still at the cap table. But be with us along the journey. We are there together. Yeah, and you also asked me, sorry, I didn't answer that question, what we were looking for, right? So we have a couple of business angels who are really helping us. And this is extremely nice to have. But majority of them are, to be honest, like very passive, which is fine, yeah, totally. sometimes people ask me how we can help you. And I think there are like three options, right? And I also learned quite fast to ask this question, like, how much time do you have? Because people, if someone tells me I want to help, yeah, because it's totally different story if you have like 1 hour per month or per week, or you can give us like 1 day per week, yeah. And we have a couple of them who, you know, don't have full-time job and they really like the idea, and we ask them for very specific analysis that about some pricing issues and so on. Where they spent quite a long time for it because they could, but I couldn't ask this question someone who could spend only like a very small amount of time for us.
So basically the lesson learned here is to have people who are ready to help, but also to be quite upfront about
the time
the time that they need to spend on this. So whenever somebody offers help, just be mindful of how much time you would want to devote to your company.
Yeah, because I think there are like 3 profiles here. Like number 1, if someone tells you 1 hour a week or a month, it means they will not gonna help you at all. Yeah, and don't bother even. Yeah, if it's 1 hour a week, maybe we can jump on some expert call. Let's name it this way. But that means that this person needs to be very like familiar with a topic and quite an expert in something. Yeah. And you can leverage him or her because she knows or he knows really well about some stuff. And then the third option is I can spend quite a long time with you. Then you can, because you need to spend some time just to explain someone about the topic you want you want to get help with. Yeah, so I think there are like three options here.
Sure. Yeah. And let's talk about how this whole company came to be, and maybe some the biggest lessons learned or mistakes to avoid. Like, if you were to reveal the biggest mistakes so far, like something that you would definitely if you had a time machine and you could go back, like something definitely to avoid.
We don't have like these huge regrets, I would say. But if we could do something different, probably would focus more on mobile. Maybe not even develop a web version of it, because 60% of our traffic already is going through mobile app. Sorry, by mobile I mean the application. Yeah. And we have started from desktop version, then we switched to mobile version. And then only then we develop application, mobile app. Probably would change things around, like this time. So that's number 1. Maybe another thing, we didn't realize we didn't know how much money we would need. And because we thought like 600k euro, maybe 700k euro will be enough to get to the next step, and we have raised twice as much, because on the way we realized, okay, we need 1 more developer, someone for marketing initiatives, more money on Google campaigns, influencers, and so on. So in our initial Excel, it looked like, okay, 600, 700 should be enough, So we didn't. But so it's not regret.
But it's definitely a lesson learned.
Lessons learned. Yeah.
You underestimated the
amount of the capital needed
in order to get to the second stage, which is I think a fairly fairly obvious lesson, but one that many of us have to learn.
And maybe one more comment here. So it was. That was also very good advice from our lawyer, Oscar. He convinced me to raise the first round on convertible note, and he also explained me how it works, and that was very good suggestion, very good advice, because that way we could raise very easily more capital that we initially planned, because if we would do like equity round, that would be a lot of legal and process wise mess around it.
But you do not regret it right now because right now you're raising an equity round, which
Yeah.
would mean that you have to convert.
No. Like, okay, we will give back more shares to business angels, but that will still be amount that is totally fine in terms of the overall cap table. It will be more than we initially thought, but still enough. But that gave us enough fuel to get to a level and traction where we can have a solid discussions with VCs.
And if you were, again, to go back in time and give, a younger version of yourself any lesson about, entrepreneurship overall, like what would that be?
Oh, younger, yeah.
Hopefully not don't do it, but...
No. I would say do it. Wow, I wouldn't think about it, but it will be tougher than you think. That's number one. But do it. This is definitely something worth to be done. And do it with, okay. Like it's also important to do it with someone else. I can't imagine myself to do it like a solo founder. Maybe this is just me, but without Michael, that wouldn't be possible. Yeah, because Michael is the only person that I can really share some thoughts with. And another option, if I would be alone, that would be super tough. Yeah. So yeah,
don't do it alone.
Don't do it alone. Don't do it alone if you can.